and thank you for watching one of my videos. You're going to see montage of the Carver killings that will be in a video in the near future. I finished the reward for 75 kills on my second account, and this is what I got, and I'll make that video and get all that uploaded. But I've got more of a serious story to tell right now. On your screen right now, you are looking at a gorilla. I want to say the gorilla's name is Harambe, H-A-R-A-M-B-E, Harambe. 17-year-old gorilla, extremely endangered. Well, it's sad to say that, which, due to the neglect of some parents, this gorilla was shot and killed by the Cincinnati Zoo rescue team because a 4-year-old child got into a gorilla exhibit on May 28th. The parents refused to have their faces shown, which I think we all know why. I mean, there's no excuse you can have on why you do not have your hands on a 4-year-old child. Why is that 4-year-old child ever out of your sight? And because of this, every person that works with gorillas has a broken heart right now. Every person that loves animals has a broken heart right now. Because I think a huge loss took place yesterday by the zoo's team happened to shoot and kill the 17-year-old gorilla. And you could probably tell by the way I'm talking, I'm more pissed than words could express. Just because I deal with parents and kids on a regular basis. And I see this on a regular basis. Parents just walking ahead of their kids, not paying attention to their kids. And I always say to myself, you know, one of these days something's going to happen to that child. You know, a car's going to pull into a parking lot behind the parent and not see the child. The child's going to run out in front of a car that's, you know, trying to turn in between the parent and the child because there's so much room. I see it on a regular basis. And not too long ago, I had my own experience with me personally having to rescue a child. And it just, I'll put the link to that video down below. It's on my channel. I'll put the link to it. But I pulled a, which I'm assuming one to 2-year-old, probably I think it was about 2-year-old. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Without looking at the video. Shot out of the middle of the street that was standing right next to the double yellow line. And no parent around whatsoever. They was actually behind the house. Apparently the baby was asleep. Somebody left the front door open, the baby woke up and got out of the house. But here we have a situation at the zoo which is totally different. You've got these parents that's standing with this child. You've got these parents that, for whatever reason, their focus was not on their child. their child was able to go underneath a barrier, go through some bushes, and fall into the moat of the gorilla exhibit. When the baby started screaming, this large gorilla came over to it, and I'm going to put a link below the Channel 5 News. They've got video footage. Now, I need to make this said that, you know, it was known that the gorilla was dragging the baby around. Okay? But the way we look at it is, if he wanted to kill that child, he could have killed that child right away. He was trying to get that child away from everybody that was yelling. Now, if you work with animals, you know that you scream around animals and stuff, it freaks them out. Unless they're used to it. Now, it's Memorial Day weekend at the Cincinnati Zoo. You know that zoo was packed. So you can only imagine how many people was standing at that barrier of that exhibit watching the gorillas. Then all of the screams that started when that baby fell. Thank God that baby didn't land on its head, because there's a huge drop there. Huge drop. God was definitely watching out over that child. That's for sure. But when you look at these pictures, this video, they've taken out where the gorilla is dragging the baby. But they show where the gorilla is hovered over the baby. They showed where the gorilla is standing next to the child and even helps the child up. Literally, helps the child up. He takes his hand, sticks it underneath the child's butt, and helps the child stand up in the water. That gorilla had no intention in hurting that child. None whatsoever. He was scared just like everybody else was. He's an animal. But because of the fact of the nature, the zoo officials couldn't take the chance and they had to shoot the gorilla. It's the reason why I'm calling for an investigation that needs to be made public, because the neglect of these parents words can't express how damaging it is to lose this gorilla. He was almost at the point where they was going to try to mate him. And it just, I mean, every time I watch that video, I want to cry. I want to cry. And I've shown you a few pictures, and the one I kind of like is when he's digging in a pumpkin. We got his pumpkin back in Halloween last year, and it's just such a sad day. Such a sad day. But the bottom line is, thank God the child is safe. The child's got serious injuries, but they're not life-threatening. I mean, a 4-year-old child falling probably, I'm estimating 12 to 15 feet. Yeah, it's extremely lucky that he was even able to move at all and stand up, that he didn't break both of his legs. So just thank God that God was watching over that child, because that child had an angel that day. And I like to say that child had 2 angels that day, but one sadly was put to sleep. But I'm going to end this video with this picture that I come across on Facebook. And this picture says it all. That, you know, I'm a loss for words. I am so angry about this, because this is something that could have been prevented. This could have been prevented if the parents just watched their child. And who knows, I mean, we wasn't there. We don't know exactly what happened. But from what reports say, you know, this child was able, I mean, in a blink of an eye, a child can't crawl underneath the barrier and go through some bushes and into an exhibit. It didn't take a long bit of time, but it had taken enough time where parents should have said, so-and-so, where you at? So-and-so, where you at? But that never happened. That never happened. But this picture here I'm going to leave you with, it says it all. It says, I was only trying to protect the boy from the humans screaming at us. I was scared too. This is the bulldozer on a sad note, and I'm out of here.